Welcome to the Plant Power Women Show, all of my beautiful Plant Power women. I'm vegan coach Naomi, and tonight we are talking about the Plant Power Woman daily weight loss practices. So what this is really about is where do you need to up-level your thinking and your actions to become the healthy woman that you are meant to be. So let me know if you're on here. Let me know if you are brand new to the group or you're a long-time listener so that I can get to know you and so that we can have some fun. Okay, so where do you need to up-level your thinking and your actions to become the healthy woman you're meant to be? So you might have thought from the title of this live stream, Plant Power Woman Daily Weight Loss Practices, that I was going to give you like a bunch of food tips. Right? But honestly, none of that matters. None of that will stick if we don't upgrade your thinking first, right? Because that's where the transformation starts. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, and what I want you to think about as I go through these and I ask you some questions. I want you to think about which one of these needs your attention. Because the fact is that the same thoughts and actions that keep you sick and fat are the things that need to change. You will not be able to be that healthy woman with those same thoughts and daily routine and actions. Does that make sense? Let's see who's here. Susan, nice to see you on here. Wonderful. Helene, I don't recognize your name. You must be new to the group. Welcome. Wonderful. Linda Combs gave me the thumbs up. I love that. It's so nice. So let's talk about what are these Plant Power Woman daily weight loss activities and where can you up-level your thinking and behavior to become that healthy woman that you are meant to be. Okay, so these are all practices. So are you ready? Hi Pam, nice to see you here. Wonderful. So the first one, and some of these might really surprise you, but hear me out, okay? I'm not the usual coach, and these are not the usual things that regular whatever weight loss coaches are talking about, and that's why weight loss diets and plans generally don't work, okay? Because you've got to work on what's going on up here. You can, it's not only about the food. So you ready? Let's go. The first one is I named the divine practice. Here's the truth. You are a goddess. I am a goddess. All sentient beings on the planet, everyone is a goddess to themselves. So what would you think the definition, or what's your definition of a goddess? So when I say that word, like what comes into your mind? I'm thinking of somebody in robes, I'm thinking of somebody in white, I'm thinking of, I don't know, a wreath of fruits and vegetables. I don't even know what I'm thinking about, right? But I looked up the definition in the dictionary, and here's what it says. A female being of supernatural powers or attributes believed in and worshipped by a people. So here's what I mean by that. You are the goddess of your house, of your health in your house and health in the house. You are the goddess of health in your house. That's whether you are living alone or you are living with a family or you have your mother and your grandkids there and everybody in between. You're the goddess of health in your home, okay? So how would you treat yourself differently? Here's the question, you guys. How would you treat yourself differently if you saw yourself that way? As a divine being whose birthright is health and wellness and being born into the abundance of this world. So does a goddess just put up and shut up and go along with what everybody else wants to do and eat? Yes or no? Does she overlook her needs in lieu of other people's needs and put her needs last and other people's first? Does a goddess do that? Does a goddess starve herself? Does she? Does she sneak bags of potato chips and coffee drinks in her car when nobody's looking? Or does she partake in the most lavish feasts of the most beautiful natural foods to nourish her supernatural, beautiful powers? Which one does she do? Right? Leah says enlightening. Yes. Yes. So that's what a goddess does. So let me know, you guys, how would you act differently if you saw yourself as the goddess of health in your house that you are, and understood that you matter, and that what you do and what you model matters to those around you, and especially to you? How would you act differently if you saw yourself that way? I want to hear from some of you. So that's the divine practice. These are the daily practices for weight loss of plant power women. Okay? This is what it takes. And how wonderful would it be if you woke up every day and you're like, I am a goddess? Like, how great would that be? Andrea, nice to see you on the live stream. Wonderful. Linda says, Green Goddess Linda, you know it. You're the goddess of health in your house. Yes, you are. All right, here's the next practice. This one is called the confidence practice. So you gotta claim what you know to be true for you, for yourself. I have 100% confidence that each of the 10,500 of you in this Plant Power Woman group can lose the weight and reverse whatever health conditions are plaguing you right now. I know you can solve your problems. Why? How do I know that? Because there's nearly 100 years of medical evidence supporting that outcome. So if we believe it will work or we believe it won't work, either way, we are correct. So that's where confidence comes in. It's our confidence that what we're doing is right for us that powers up our mood to keep going and our results that follow. So without that confidence, you're flip-flopping from diet to diet, which just degrades your confidence even further when the diets don't work. Tell me if you guys have ever felt that or are feeling that right now. I feel for you. Your ability to be healthy and achieve, it just is. It's your birthright because you are a goddess. So this is the confidence practice. When women work with me, they are building their confidence, okay? Pam says, use my strength to be a goddess. Damn straight. I love that. Okay, the third one, the next practice, these are not numbered because they're in no particular order and I didn't start out to make out a kind of a list with a number, so there's no numbers. The next one, and I want you to keep a journal out in front of you or a piece of paper and write down the one that really speaks to you, where you think you need to put some attention. All right, the next one is called the no apologies practice. We are now releasing any deep shame and people-pleasing tendencies that keep you quiet or sick and fat. Because here's what happens when shame runs the show and we scurry around doing everything else for everybody else, we shrink and we waver, okay? So quit apologizing for your desire to live a healthy life and doing whatever it takes to get that for yourself. A goddess does not apologize for wanting it and going for it. So what would be different if you stopped apologizing for cooking healthy food and expecting your family to try it and eat it, or choosing appropriate restaurants for you and your health journey, letting loved ones know about your needs and letting them take responsibility for themselves. We've talked about this so many times. When are we going to stop apologizing for asking the manager for clarification on the menu? It's their job to tell us what the food is made of, right? Linda says, this is very timely for me. I have a new challenge and I want to claim a great outcome and put myself first and expect that you can do it. We're getting to that one. There's an expectation practice. All right, so that's the no apologies. Let me know if you have ever asking about the menu, or apologize for cooking something for your family or your husband, or apologizing and apologizing all over the place. Stop it. We don't need that. We need no apologies. Health is your birthright. Why are we apologizing for that? All right, next one, the abundance practice. There is no lack of food and beautiful, healthy food in the world that we live in right now. All of y'all can get healthy food. There's only bounty. All of you can get fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, nuts, and seeds. Those who work with me in this lifestyle, you choose the foods you love and you eat plenty. This is a lifestyle I am teaching of abundance. You get to let go of the black and white thinking of the diet mentality that says you can't eat if you want to lose weight. We can have it all. We can have it all. I have lost 40 pounds this way. If you have ever been to the retreats at the Vegan Retreat Center here and cooked with me and seen my plates of food, you would know that I am not joking about this abundance thing. So what would change? Here's the question. What would change in your life if you started adding more things to your life that you love, including food, whole plant foods that you love, forgetting about what you don't like and what you can't have and what you're allergic to, blah, 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 on and on. Adding things that you love. Andrea says, you rock, preach. That's funny. What would change if you added more things to your life that you love? And that includes people, places, things, food, all of it, activities. How good would your life get? All right, here's a serious one. They're all serious, actually. The discipline practice. Now, I bet a lot of you can relate to this. This is something that separates the successful from the unsuccessful across the board, is the ability to focus, to give yourself a command and follow it, and that becomes the way you honor yourself, that your choice is the rule of law within you, right? So if I choose it and I say it, then I do it. That's integrity, right? That's an integrous life. So you no longer allow for, I don't wanna, or they won't like me, or I'll just sneak it, or any of those things, right? Susan says happiness. I wonder what that means. Adding more happiness to your life? That would definitely be wonderful. So what would be different about you if you hold yourself to doing your best and honoring the plans that you make for yourself? So when a woman in my Diet Rebel program makes her magic menu, I expect her to honor that magic menu, and she expects to honor that magic menu because she sat down for 10 minutes in her wise mind thinking about what do I love, what do I have, what can I do, and she makes that menu. So we don't go through the week and be like, I don't feel like having that, I'm just going to do this other thing. That's not discipline. Discipline is honoring yourself and the results that you want, okay? That's what we're practicing. It takes practice. Nobody's perfect at these things. Nobody's perfect. That's why they're called practices. We want to practice them because they have so much power. All right, moving on. The transformation practice. Transformation means diving into the uncomfortable so that you can transform and expand in your life in ways that you want to. So you can shift old patterning and wounding that no longer serves you in your life, and find new empowering patterns that lead to the results that you want in your life. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. And this comes up really often in all of my Diet Rebel groups. One example is latchkey kids. Was anybody here a latchkey kid? I was not a latchkey kid, but I worked with so many women that were, and I actually do remember coming home from school a couple of times when my mom just wasn't there for no real reason, because normally she was. So here's the example. Coming home from school every single day to an empty house, and no one there for them to talk to or do anything with them or help them or anything, right? So they get into a habit of turning boredom and fear, because there's fear in being alone and there's also a lot of boredom, into food. And the same can be said for a trauma response. We turn the fear and the shame into food. But this happened 40 years ago, and so these women are still operating from that mindset today. So does it serve us to turn to food in times of fear and boredom? Does that serve us? Are we sick and fat because of that? Does not serve us. So do we have a completely different life now where we can choose a different action when we're alone and bored or afraid? Yes, but only if we lean into that uncomfortable feeling and say, what would I like to do instead? This takes practice. This is what we do in Diet Rebel. So what would be different in your life if you leaned into the possibility of uncomfortableness with change and wondering? No, not wondering, giving attention more to what might be on the other side of what's going to be awesome about the change. Like, you're going to finally lose the weight that you could never lose before. You're going to have health results. Your blood pressure is going to go down. You're going to get off those diabetes meds. You're not going to be all in pain all the time. You're not going to need any Tums, and your anxiety and depression is going to start to float away when you see that you have real power in your life. So that is the transformation practice, leaning in to the discomfort, knowing that learning, there might be a learning curve, it might be hard, you might get frustrated, knowing that and leaning into it and saying, wow, this is going to get awesome when I get through this. All right, next. Helene says, yes, a latchkey kid. So yeah, very, very common. All right, next one, the honesty practice. Let's get radically honest about what's not working in your life and what do you need to shift? What do you need to do? If you want to change it and you want it to be better, you got to do something. And you always know what that is when you quiet down and let it bubble up. But often we purposely keep so busy that we don't hear those whispers from our higher self. We just keep doing what we're doing. We keep our head down. So awareness and honesty about where you are now is the most important first step and the beginning catalyst for any change that you want in your life. So let me know, what would change immediately in your life if we were honest with ourselves and others? Think about all the times you lie, little white lies, big lies, lying about your weight, lying about what you eat, lying to friends why you don't want to meet them, lying about why you don't want to go to events, lying about why you don't want to go to yoga, lying about where you were, what you did, what you bought, how much you spent. My Diet Rebel ladies, when they're in their 6th month or so, after the 3-month program, they do the Beat Emotional Eating Challenge. And one of the topics in there, Leah, you know it, one of the topics in there is the day of honesty. Living a day of honesty and noting all the times you told the truth to yourself and others and all the times that you would normally lie and how it felt at the end of the day. Big, big aha moments there about being honest with yourself about what you want in your life and what you need. All right, so what would change immediately in your life if you were honest with yourself and other people? What would change immediately? Okay. The next one, I hinted at this one before, is the expectation practice. So I expect that each one of you can succeed in losing the weight and taking back your health this way. When you work with me, I expect you to show up. I expect you to do the work. I expect you to talk to us, come to the meetings and talk to us. I expect you to meet those expectations because that's how you're going to get the results that you want. It's your job to hold that expectation for yourself, to expect that you will succeed, to expect that you will get the results that you want, to expect the best from yourself. So many women start out I always fail, I'm a failure. So if that's the expectation, right, where are we putting our attention? We need to up-level that. We need to bring in a new expectation. So let me know if this resonates with you, if you can relate to this. All right, next one, the power practice. So having personal power means that you have the courage to change the things that you can change. You're not just gonna sit quietly in a corner and cry anymore. You're gonna put in the effort because you know that when you magnify your efforts in the right way, big results can come to you. It's happened before, right? Haven't you gained skills for the important career that you wanted? Haven't you quit smoking or drinking alcohol before, or learned a new language? Tell me in the comments something that you're proud of, that you exerted your personal power. Andrea learned to do scuba diving, and now she's got a whole new world of adventure underwater with somebody new that she loves to spend time with. That is mind-blowing. That's an example. I got goosebumps for Andrea. That's an example of using your personal power to push your life forward. Okay? So what would change for you if you lived up to this power practice every day and you put in the effort and that it might take to learn new things and practice new ways? What would change? So all of these practices really boil down into one thing, and that one thing is love. Love is the most important thing. So when we approach all of these things, power and confidence and no apologies and all of these things, when we approach them, like there could be a bitch that acts like that, or there could be somebody that comes from a place of love for ourselves and love for others. And when we approach these things with love, everything gets better. And so that's what we practice in my groups and programs. That's what we practice. So all of this is a higher level of thinking that takes you out of being sick and overweight and into becoming the healthy, divine woman, the goddess of health in your household that you were meant to be. And that's what we practice in my groups and programs. So Victoria says she cycled across the United States, ocean to ocean, so you can do hard things. It's amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us. That is amazing. I haven't heard that one before. That's a good one. So I hinted last week that I was going to be releasing a new, shorter version of my Diet Rebel program. So let me tell you what it is. I'm just going to take 2 minutes to, can I tell you guys what it is you want to know? Let me see. Okay, yes, hearts, okay. All right, so here's what it is. It is a 6-week Diet Rebel plant-based weight loss breakthrough. So my regular program was 12 weeks, and then we have programs for after that where we do all of this mindset work and healing work. But the 6-week one, right, it's a personalized plant-based approach for you to finally lose the weight that you could never lose before, with measurable health results beginning in just 6 weeks, without starving yourself, without floundering around about what to cook for dinner every night, right, you guys? And without falling off when you're stressed or tired or flip-flopping between diets. So this is like all the food skills, because you cannot do all this other mindset stuff until you got the food skills down and you see yourself succeeding, you see the weight starting to come off, and you start feeling better. A lot of the health results can be achieved in just a few weeks, like pain reduces in just a few weeks. Many women, acid reflux completely disappears, migraines can be gone, aches and pains are gone, blood pressure comes down. Many other health results take longer, like cholesterol coming down and other things, but we can start feeling better so fast when we see that we can eat a beautiful amount of food that we love, and we're succeeding when we could never succeed before. So I've got a way to cut through all the noise and clutter that gets to the heart of this natural whole food plant-based weight loss that reverses your health problems in a way that you will love. And it's designed to give you those quick wins so that you keep going. Okay? So you would be joining a small group of equally determined women where you get my personalized systems and support from me so that your weight loss and health goals are not only delicious, but they're doable. Do you want to join us? So comment Diet Rebel and I can send you all the details over Messenger, okay? So that's what I've got for you. I hope that these practices inspired you. Linda says, I'm going to listen to this several times to make sure that I get it all down. I love this. Linda, you are in such the right spot to like listen to this list and be like, this is the one I need to focus on, and then set about to focusing on it. You're doing so well with this. So tonight is the Diet Rebel Wednesday night ladies group meeting, so I will not be able to reply to you tonight, but I will reply to you in Facebook Messenger tomorrow, and we'll have a little Facebook chat, and then I can send you the details for it over Messenger, and I would just love it if you would join us. Okay, so I will see you guys in the group, and I hope that this was inspiring to you. And I want to see, like, wherever I prompted you guys to put something in the comments, like, I want to see things that you're proud of or see things that you relate to, because that's what we're here for. We're here to grow together. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.